What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the importance of clarity and how it can help you get shit done. Because if you don't know what you're going to do, how are you going to do things effectively? So, for starters, I'm going to start trying to introduce myself every video because, how am I going to grow if people don't know who I am? So, what's up, guys? My name is Jack. I am an 18-year-old entrepreneur, and I come on here and talk about what I'm doing, what I'm learning, and how my business is growing, essentially, in quick, simple terms. But the importance of clarity and planning your day is something that I continue to be, impressed by, like, how big of a difference it makes, because I can work like a horse. Is that an analogy? I don't even know if that's what an analogy is. I didn't pay too much attention in English class in high school, if you can't tell. But I can work. I can get a lot of stuff done when I'm clear on what I'm doing. And there's nothing that makes me happier than knowing what needs to get done and just banging stuff out. Those are my best days ever. It's right when I finish one thing, I know what's next and I just get right into it. The days where I'm less clear on what needs to get done or have a more vague to-do list are the days where I end up scrolling on my phone. I end up getting distracted easily. I'm not very engaged in what I'm doing, and those are the days that I lose. Not actually lose, because I finish what needs to get done, but I know it's not nearly as effective as I could have been. The whole if I end up getting distracted, that just messes with your dopamine. I like a clear outline day where it's all right, I need to get these 5 things done before this time, and then after this time I gotta go meet with this person or go to this thing, whatever. I need a plan, and today I have a plan, and I've been working nonstop since I woke up. No bullshit phone breaks, no getting distracted, none of that. Just I've gotten more done by 12 o'clock in the afternoon than I probably did until 4 yesterday. It makes that's a bad example, but it makes a huge difference of what you actually how quickly you get things done and what the effectiveness is of the things you get done. So one thing that I like to do to make sure I know what needs to get done the next day is, so I use the Powerless system. I talked about this yesterday. If you're not familiar with the Powerless system, it's Andy Frisella's execution system. You pick 5 critical tasks of the day that need to get done, and you bang them out. Those have to be important tasks. For example, today on my power list, give me 1 second, was, if I can find it. So I have 2 ways of executing. I've talked about this so many times. I have a weekly to-do list, which is comprised of tasks that I do every single day. So, for example, 5 Instagram posts for my business, send my daily reach outs, work the leads, day trade and stuff, all my trading stuff, journaling, back testing, all that shit. And this is what it looks like. Simple to-do list format. You just cross shit out throughout the week. And then I have my power list, which my power list, these are more specific tasks that need to get done for the day. So today my power list was, I had to write up a little blueprint/plan for this meeting that I have on Friday. I have to review my customer surveys and create an onboarding process. I have to reach out to my affiliates, some things I'm changing with that, and give them a plan. I have to tease this specific event that I'm trying to put on, so it's just a specific post which I have on my list. And then I have to, what do I have to do? No, I only have 4 today. So the way I do things a little bit differently than Andy does things. It's not always 4. It's not always 5. It's normally between 3 and 5. But I make sure that if I have less than 5, they're gonna take a decent amount of time. So, but you're probably asking now, right? The logical next question: how do you figure out what you need to do? So it's a couple of different things. I have what I like to call my business growth blueprint. That's not what I like to call it. That's actually what it's called. It's a 33-page document that continues to grow by the day. And typically the night before, because I always make my power list the night before. So that's actually one of the things that are on my to-do list is tomorrow power list. That's on my daily to-do list. And if I'm struggling on figuring out what needs to get done, I think in terms of urgency, effectiveness, and pretty much that's it. But how I do that is I look through this document, which is pretty much like a brain dump document. Like, something needs to get done, I write it down here. Okay, like I know I'm gonna see it, and then put it on my power list. Or maybe I did something yesterday that has repercussions or a follow-up that needs to be done the next day. That's how I do it. So, and the way I work, I break things down into 4 chunks. 3 chunks. 4 chunks. Customer work, which is actual work I'm doing for customers. For those of you that don't know, I run a hockey media business. So if I have to like go and shoot a game, or if I have to edit a video, or if I have to talk to one of my photographers and be like, okay, I need you to do this on this date, whatever, that all is comprised into customer work. Marketing is another one of those buckets, which is like, okay, posting content, reaching out to people, working leads, working on my Facebook ads, stuff like that. That's in the marketing bucket. Business model bucket is a little bit more vague. It's like, so for the onboarding process that I'm creating, actually that would fit more into product development. So it's, like I said, customer work, marketing, business model, and product development. So product development would probably be, if I'm reviewing the customer surveys, that would be product development. Business model is more like the inner workings of my business, and I count myself as the business model as well. So I don't know if any of you guys know Charisma on Command on YouTube, but that's one of my things on my daily to-do list. It kind of just, they teach you how to be more charismatic, better social skills, better communication, etc. And that's something I value as a business owner, because you need to know how to communicate with people and come across as friendly. So that's one thing that goes towards my business model time, which is more like me time, but I am part of the business model, I guess. That's a confusing way to explain it. I feel like I'm all over the place with this video. So that's how I figure out what needs to get done in the day, is I look through, like, I think about those 4 buckets, and I think maybe what's important to do on the product development side. And today that happened to be reviewing my customer experience surveys, which I sent out a couple days ago, and then building a clear onboarding process, or improvising what I already have as an onboarding process. For marketing, that would be affiliates. So, I have to talk to the affiliates about a new plan we're kind of setting up that's going to hopefully help them get me some more customers and help them get value from the program. So that's what I have to do on the marketing side of things today. Customer work, I guess this could have been something on the power list, but I do have a shoot today, which I didn't put on the power list, but that would be in the customer work bucket. And then business model, what else was on my list? Give me a second. Oh, business model would probably be, I guess you could clarify, like the meeting prep more towards the product development side, whatever. But I find things from those 4 sections, and then I go through my recent notes on my business growth blueprint, brain dump type of thing, and I decided, like, okay, what needs to get done today? And if I have a clear idea of what needs to get done today, that day goes amazing, 9 out of 10 times. If I'm a little more vague, and it's like, okay, like, what really goes into this? Like, one of my things yesterday was improve execution system, because I came to the realization that I need to follow up with people every day. Like, there's a certain number of follow-ups that I need to do every single day with specific people that are, like, urgent or whatever. And I didn't really have a system other than follow-up was on my to-do list. So it's like, who am I following up with? And, that causes people to slip through the cracks, like you're forgetting to follow up with people. So I'm like, I need to tweak something here. So I maybe spent like 10 minutes looking at stuff online of like different AI planners and all that stuff. And that's not how I roll. I do stuff on paper. So after like 10 or 15 minutes of work, I just came to the conclusion, I'm like, I'm just going to write a list similar to my power list of a list of people I need to follow up with, and do that every day or every night for the next day. So like that was like one of the 5 tasks on my power list. Took me like 20 minutes. And yesterday was the day where I think I worked almost 6 hours yesterday. And that's not good for me. I shoot for at least 7. 7 to 9 is like, I'm satisfied. I got a good amount of shit done. But at the same time, if you're already in the flow of the day without a clear idea of what your day is going to look like, it's a lot harder to just make stuff up on the spot. That's why I'm a huge fan of the power list system and planning like what needs to get done the next day, and you just cross it off. It's like so simple, but it makes the experience of your day flow a lot better and a lot easier. Like, you don't need any fancy like time block calendar AI thing like to plan out your day. Like, you don't necessarily need that. I mean, for some people it's beneficial. For some people it just adds an extra level of confusion. Like, oh, I have to get this done at a certain time, and if I don't do my 15 minutes of meditation and cold plunging, then I'm not going to be able to fucking reach out to my leads. And it's like, bro, just reach out to your leads. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of people who are very strict on their schedule and shit like that. Unless you have to be, of course. Like, there are times when I do have to be strict on my schedule. But this is how I execute on a day-to-day basis. If you don't already have a document that's just like a brain dump where you just write stuff down of like what needs to get done, what you're looking to accomplish, that's going to be, in my opinion, what has helped me the most. Is like, I can always find things to do because I have this 33-page document of ideas, next steps, things to implement. Like, I always know what to do, and that's what helped me out. And it makes me feel a lot better because I'm, producing efficiently throughout the day because I have a clear idea of what my day is going to look like. Like, I already know the next 5 things that are going to happen after I go and eat lunch. Like, and on days where I'm less clear, it's like, okay, I just ate lunch. Now what the fuck do I do? And I just kind of like wander around a little bit, and then I end up scrolling my phone because I'm not doing anything. And it's just, that puts me down such a terrible path. So that's it for today, guys. Hope this kind of gave you an idea of how you can make sure you know what needs to get done. Literally just think efficiency and urgency. I think that's what I said earlier. Or effectiveness and urgency, something like that. I actually don't. If I don't know it like that, then it's probably not the most important because I clearly don't remember it. But I would say breaking things down into different sections that's something I actually do really like practice and preach. Is like, there are 4 things: business model, customer work, marketing, product development. Because like, if you're not spending your time on those things, what are you spending your time on? Like, realistically, everything you're doing should break down into one of those buckets, or else you're not doing things that grow your business. So that's it for today, guys. Hope this taught you something. Hope I wasn't too all over the place. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.